St. Francis comes into today's game up 2 games in the loss column on the second place CCAC competitor, 14-2, 20-3 overall. Governor State has a 10-14 record overall. They are 6-10 in conference. Second meeting of the season between these two teams, and the tip-off gets us started. It's won by Governor State. The Jaguars in orange go from left to right. St. Francis in white goes from right to left. Today, a drive on the first possession of the game and a follow from Vincent Davis. Vincent Mays missed the initial layup, but Davis follows with the flush. It's 2-0 Governor State right off the bat. St. Francis sets things up with Joffrey Nunnally, Aitor Anabadarte, Merrick Small, Ramel Davis, and Delshawn Sims among their starting 5. Anabadarte is fouled outside by Vincent Davis. Starters for Governor State today are Isaiah Tolbert, Javon Johnson, Vincent Davis, Tyrell Isom, and Vincent Mays. Anabadarte over to Sims. Delshawn Sims gives it up top to Joffrey Nunnally. Davis down low, Anabadarte. Anabadarte, one dribble, gets under the rim and lays it up. Beautiful reverse layup from Aitor Anabadarte. Team's leading scorer has the first 2 points today for St. Francis. We're knotted up at 2. Little floater off the drive is no good for Governor State. Isaiah Tolbert denied at the rim. Nunnally runs out the other way. Here's Sims out near half court. Delshawn Sims hands it off to Nunnally. Merrick Small finds Sims cutting to the basket. Joffrey Nunnally with the layup. Great setup by St. Francis, and they lead by 2. Tyrell Isom, high dribble. Loses it on the second chance, and it's taken away by Nunnally. He gets it poked away from behind. Last touch by Isaiah Tolbert. It'll be Saints ball. Joffrey Nunnally was the CCAC Defensive Player of the Week last week. Opportunistic on that last steal. Little whistle before the inbounds play. Somebody's got his shoelace untied. Isaiah Tolbert ready to go. Sims tried the no-look pass to Anabadarte. Anabadarte wasn't looking either. And a bump on the other side. Javon Johnson's going to the line. So St. Francis not exactly on the same page on that inbounds play. Leads to a run out for Governor State. And the Jaguars will get a pair of free throws here. Johnson's a junior out of Proviso East High School in Maywood, Illinois. And his first foul shot is good. Johnson this season for Governor State averages 12.5 points per game, which ranks second on the team behind only Vincent Davis. Davis and Johnson have done all the scoring today. They each have 2 points. And we're tied for the second time. Full court press from Governor State. Sims and Anabadarte are able to beat it across half court. There's Delshawn Sims at the logo. Merrick Small right back to Sims. Step back three-pointer for Delshawn Sims. Nicks the side of the rim. Here come the Jaguars. Isaiah Tolbert up top to Vincent Davis. Davis puts it on the floor. Barrels into Aitor Anabadarte. Well defended by Anabadarte, but now he's called for the foul. Davis will go to the line. Davis was trying to make something happen that whole way, and Anabadarte wouldn't budge defensively. But called for the foul on the shot. Governor State can retake the lead from the line. Davis, a sophomore out of Homewood Flossmoor High School, makes the first free throw. He's got 3, averages 17 a game. 61% from the line, but he makes them both here. Sims and Anabadarte once again able to clear half court easily, although across half court we've got a strip and a steal. Javon Johnson takes it away. Whipped underneath the basket. Isom met by Merrick Small, finishes anyway. Strong play, Tyrell Isom, the senior. Governor State has their biggest lead, 8-4. Sims bounces to Small. Sims once again at the top. Finds Joffrey Nunnally. Here's Ramel Davis. Davis spins around a defender, misses the layup. Tolbert fell down, but Davis short-armed it at the rim. Davis going the other way, and a foul. It's Vincent Davis. Merrick Small called for the foul, and Governor State going right back to the line. They've spent a lot of time there in this first half. Actually, sorry, they called this one on the floor. I stand by my statement. They've spent a lot of time at the line in the first few minutes of the game. But this time they'll set up an inbounds play from the baseline. Vincent Mays working against Ben Fatz, who just checked in. Fatz forces the miss, but Davis grabs the rebound and he misses the dunk. Now it's 4-on-2. Sims back to Nunnally. Anabadarte streaking to the rim, an easy layup. Isom tried to take the charge and Anabadarte slid right by him. 4 points for him so far today. Leads the team, averaging just shy of 16 per game. Tyrell Isom holds it at the top, gives it up to Mays. Here's Johnson. 10 to shoot for Javon Johnson. Picked up by Delshawn Sims, given to the cutting Vincent Mays. Mays all the way in, lays it up and in. Vincent Mays is on the board. Governor State's lead is back to 4. Ramel Davis makes the catch. Davis was looking for the steal. And a steal down low for Javon Johnson. Deflected out of bounds. Vincent Davis tried to jump the pass to Ramel Davis. And that created a big mismatch, but Javon Johnson was able to jump in front of Ramel Davis and come away with a steal anyway. And now on the other side of the floor, 3 seconds off the shot clock. Governor State ball as Don Joachim checks in for St. Francis. Governor State makes a substitution as well. Dakari Graham is in for the first time. Graham is the trigger man on this pass. Javon Johnson up to Vincent Mays. Tyrell Isom on the wing. Isom drives left hand and flips it in. Got around a couple of defenders. Good start for Governor State on offense. They're scoring very efficiently. They've got a 6-point advantage. Joachim up to Sims. Ben Fatz just inside the 3-point line. Right back to Sims. Around a screen. Sims dishes to Ben Fatz. Fatz misses the layup. Second chance. Goes back up with it. Blocked this time by Vincent Davis. Another stop for Governor State. Davis slips and slides and misses off the backboard. Lost his footing at the end of the play, which turned it into a very tough shot. Here's Ben Fatz. Out to Aitor Anabadarte. 3-pointer. Got it. 7 points already for Aitor Anabadarte. 3 from behind the line. He's 14 of 30 shooting 3-pointers this year. So he doesn't take a ton of them, but awfully good when he does. Slips out of the hands of Graham, but he gets it back and throws it away. Sims comes up with a steal. 3-on-2 break for the Saints. Nunnally open 3. A little bit too strong. Off the rim. Rebound up for grabs and pulled in by Vincent Davis. 3-point lead for Governor State with the ball. Javon Johnson cuts to the hoop and he's fouled. 13:55 to go, first half. We'll take a timeout. 12-9. Governor State off to a strong start. We'll be back in a moment. With 4 games, including today, remaining in the season. But this is a big one for them. This is a game they need to win. Governor State has gotten off to the good start. They were up by 6, down to 3, but they can extend it from the free throw line as Javon Johnson makes the first. 13-9, Governor State is a perfect 5 of 5 as a team from the line so far today. This is a team that draws a lot of fouls. Second shot is good. They get to the free throw line a ton. So today is not an aberration that they've already taken 6 free throws. It's not an aberration that they've made them all, but it's better than their season average for sure. As the Saints turn it over, that's an unforced turnover. As the pass goes out of bounds, intended for Nick Nego. Nego is in now with Sean Richardson and Connor Casper. Vincent Mays gives it up to Javon Johnson. Isom backs in. Isom kicks it outside. Vincent Davis puts it on the floor. Jump stop in the paint, and he's blocked by Ben Fatz. Richardson fights his way across half court. Fires over to Connor Casper. Fatz back to Richardson. Sean Richardson finds Don Joachim with 10 to shoot. Joachim tries to find his way in on Javon Johnson. Fires to a cutting Casper. Casper tries to bank it in. No good. Rebound grabbed by Tyrell Isom. Good defensive possession for the Jaguars. They're able to force a tough shot with the shot clock running down. Vincent Mays misses an open jumper. Rebound St. Francis. Along the baseline, Casper, reverse layup, no good. Jakari Graham challenges Ben Fatz, no good. Out of bounds, going the Saints' way. Aggressive drive from Dakari Graham going right after the Saints' big man. Ben Fatz was able to get the stop. Now both offenses have gone a little bit cold. Let's see if St. Francis can rectify that. 5 reserves on the floor for the Saints right now. Joachim gets the screen. Shovels it off to Casper, and Casper lays it in. Nice find from Don Joachim. Good cut from Casper. And Casper is able to make it a 3-point game. Isom bounces down low to Davis. Back out to Graham. Lobbed for Isom. Takes a dribble towards the elbow. Poked away by Joachim. Isom gets it back. 3-pointer Javon Johnson way off. Sean Richardson fires it ahead, pass deflected, and that forces the Saints to slow it down. They still have possession, but it looked like they were on a fast break until that deflection. Richardson over to Casper. Half the shot clock gone, approaching 11 minutes remaining in the first half. And a foul is called on the floor on Dakari Graham. Graham at 6'3". Was guarding the 6'10" Ben Fatz. And with that mismatch, Saints were trying to get Fatz the ball, but Graham was kind of hanging on Ben Fatz. He's called for the foul. Just the second against Governor State. Richardson inbounds to Fatz outside the perimeter. Richardson once again out to Nick Nego. Handoff Joachim. Lobbed inside. Don Joachim once again in a double team, fighting for positioning. Tough shot, but he gets the roll. St. Francis pulls to within 1, 14-13. Just under 11 minutes to play in the first half. Kevin Vance is in the game for Governor State. This is Vance giving it to Isom. Isom steps back behind the 3-point line. Off the backboard, no good. Here's Joachim, lobbed ahead for Nego. Nick Nego sets his feet, drains a 3. St. Francis on top. 7-0 run from the Saints' second unit. Trying to keep that momentum on the defensive end. Isom gives it up, gets it right back from Rashad Smith. Now he's in traffic and called for the travel. These St. Francis reserves looking really strong right now on both ends of the floor. One of the starters will return here, though. Merrick Small sends Ben Fatz back to the bench. Isaiah Thomas is in for Governor State. I guess he got an extra year of eligibility. Or maybe it's a different Isaiah Thomas, I'm not sure. It's Nick Nigo. Out to Connor Casper. Richardson on the wing. Shot clock under 10. Merrick Small posting up on Thomas. He turns to face the basket, drives up with the right and in. Nice touch. Merrick Small. He's got his first two. Saints run is now 9-0. And they've got a 4-point lead, their biggest in this young game. Three-pointer Rashad Smith, perfect. That ends a long Governor State drought and snaps the Saints' 9-0 spurt. It is still a St. Francis lead by 1 as Don Joachim marches across half court. Nigo hit the three moments ago, looking inside for Small. He didn't have him. Nigo gets it back, tries another three. Same spot he hit one from a moment ago. This time he was challenged, though. Off the mark, and Governor State can reclaim the lead. Johnson from the corner, short. Rebound, Connor Casper. Free-flowing action of late, not many stoppages. 1-point lead for the Saints, looking to make it a 4-point lead. Casper misses the three, gets his own rebound, and weaves his way to the basket. Connor Casper makes it a 3-point game. Casper's looked good on the offensive end so far today. That's his second field goal. Drive on the other end. Vance is turned away. Johnson there to clean it up. Javon Johnson's got 6. And his team trails by just 1. 8 minutes to play in the half. Casper over to Nigo. Nigo up top to Don Joachim. These reserves are getting a little extra run here with the lack of stoppages. So far they're making it count. Don Joachim squares up, misses the three. And a rebound grab by Kevin Vance. It was a good look. It's a little bit too strong. Quick three-pointer, rather two-pointer on the other end. No good from Dakari Graham, and the Saints slow it down a touch. Here comes Sean Richardson. Give it to Merrick Small. Handoff Connor Casper. Another three-point attempt for Casper. Clangs off the rim. Governor State likes to move quickly, but they'll set up the half-court offense here as we near 7 minutes. Drive and a block from Casper. Rashad Smith didn't get stuffed there, but Casper got just enough of it, it looked like, to prevent it from reaching the rim all the way. Merrick Small down low, traveled. 6:47 on the clock, and we got a timeout here. 20-19, St. Francis in front with the Governor State ball on the other side of this timeout. We'll be back in a moment. And now that lead is 1 point. As we resume action, all 5 starters out there for the Saints. Governor State still rolling with a few of their subs. This is one of them, Rashad Smith. Working one-on-one with Aitor Anabadarte. Step back three, good. Nice shot, Rashad Smith. Governor State back in front. Smith has 6 points. Anabadarte across half court, gives it to Ramel Davis. Here's Delshawn Sims. Handoff to Nunnally. Back to Sims. Sims gives it to Anabadarte. Little fake to get around Smith, and he's tripped up on his way to the rim. Just the 3rd foul, though, on Governor State. So this will be an out-of-bounds play. First foul on Vance. Sims set to get it inbounds. Looking for Davis, didn't have him, so he finds Merrick Small in the corner. Delshawn Sims penetrates, gives it up to Davis. Ramel Davis, floater misses, second chance. Merrick Small has his second bucket of the game. We're tied at 22, starting to get late in this first half. Smith, another three-point attempt. This one bonks the front of the rim. Second chance coming up for Governor State. Zakari Graham all the way to the rim, too hard off the glass, and Small pulls in the rebound. Aitor Anabararte on the move for St. Francis. Anabararte pulls up inside, gives to Merrick Small, and Small is fouled. He'll get 2 free throws. Well, I've talked about it a lot. The whistles have slowed down in this game. Governor State had a bunch of chances from the line early, but none in about 10 minutes now. These are the first free throws of the game for the Fighting Saints, and Merrick Small makes the first free throw. One more shot coming up. 2 for 2. Small's looking good so far. 6 points for him. He gives St. Francis the lead back, 24-22. 5 minutes to play. Knocked out of the hands of Isaiah Tolbert, not out of bounds. Last touch by Joffrey Nunnally. Another timeout, 4:59 on the clock. St. Francis still in front. 2-point game now. We'll be back in just a moment. Ball on Governor State's side of the floor. They've got 17 seconds to shoot. So far today, we've seen 3 ties, 4 lead changes, 5 lead changes actually. Governor State looking for a 6th with some points here. 10 on the shot clock. Tolbert backing down on Nunnally. Isaiah Tolbert fighting for space, up with the right hand, comes up a little bit short. Tough defense from Joffrey Nunnally. Nunnally sprints the other way, gives to Anabararte. Aitor Anabararte comes flying through to make it 26-22. 9 points for him to lead all scorers. Pull-up jumper for Rashad Smith. Smith has come off the bench, and he has provided some nice jump shooting. 8 points for him. Back to a 2-point game. Nunnally to Small. Here's Ramel Davis. Davis out to Delshawn Sims. Sims works the baseline, kicks it out to Anabararte. Can't add 3 to his total. He was looking for his second 3-pointer of the game. Stepping inside the 3-point line, Isaiah Thomas knocks down the jumper. We're knotted up at 26. Governor State is not going away in this game. They took the early lead. St. Francis wrestled it back. And now we're trading baskets. Just over 3 minutes to play in the first half. Tight game brewing, 26-26. Delshawn Sims bounces it outside, finds Joffrey Nunnally. There's Merrick Small in the post, and Small is fouled on the play by Kevin Vance. 3:07 on the clock. Ben Fatz comes back in for St. Francis. He relieves Merrick Small, who has 6 points so far. Sims inbounds to Fatz. Here's Nunnally. Over to Delshawn Sims on the wing. Lob down low, Ramel Davis. Davis over Isom, scores and one.
Ramel Davis, the hoop in the heart.
Strong play from Davis going up against Tyrell Isom, senior transfer from Olive Harvey College. Davis, senior from Florida, gets a chance for a three-point play. First points of the game for the senior. Now he's got 3 of them. Takari Graham drives the right side, blocked by Sims, but he's fouled. Saw a lot of foul shots early in this game and then nothing for a while. I think the officials lost their whistles, which I'm fine with. During one of those timeouts, I guess somebody brought 3 new ones out for him because we've seen a bunch of fouls called over the last couple of minutes. Takari Graham makes the first of 2 free throws. Governor State remains perfect from the line today. First point for Graham. Now he's got 2 points. He makes it a 1-point game, 29-28. Against the full court pressure, Sims and Aitor Anabararte play the 2-man game. Delshawn Sims gets it across half court. Ben Fatz on the outside. Fakes the handoff to Nunnally, gives it up instead to Sims. Here's Anabararte spinning into 3 defenders, and he's fouled. There were too many orange shirts down there for something not to happen. Block shot or a foul, or I don't know. I turn Anabararte just running away because there's too many defenders around. He ends up getting the foul. Good free throw shooter at the line for 2. He misses the first. Saints are in the bonus now. Anabararte 83% from the line this year. He makes 1 of 2. Isaiah Tolbert drives around 2 defenders and gets himself a layup. Tie game 30-30 as we near the final 2 minutes of the first half. Ben Fatz gives it to Anabararte. Anabararte, 10 points so far today. Picks up his dribble, looking for Sims. He throws it away. An easy interception for Javon Johnson, and Johnson is hit on his way to the rim. 2 free throws coming up for Javon Johnson.
St. Francis foul number 2, Delshawn Sims, his second, team 6th.
So both teams in the bonus the rest of the first half. Not a whole lot of time remaining in this half. Johnson gets 2 shots on this trip. He was fouled on his way up. He makes the first free throw. Free throw shooting continues to be a strength this half for Governor State. Gives them the lead back in this case. Throughout the game, they haven't missed. 9 for 9 from the line. Trying to make it 10 in a row. Johnson misses. First miss of the day. He's stuck on 7 points. Richardson back in as the St. Francis point guard. Finds Ramel Davis. Right back to Sean Richardson. Joffrey Nunnally, long 3, banks it in. From straight away, shot it a little bit too hard, but worked out just fine for him. Vincent Davis is fouled. More free throws coming up for Governor State. They've been plentiful in the first half. They trail by 2, +5 scoring off of free throws so far. Davis makes the first free throw. He can tie the score up with the next one. 5 points for Vincent Davis. The last 3 of them from the line. 2 for 2. Sean Richardson gets it across the timeline, and he sets up the half-court offense. Richardson guarded by Eisen, gives it to Casper. Lob down low for Davis, pass deflected in the air. He's able to pull it in. It's knocked away from behind by Tyrell Eisen, but right out of bounds. Saints basketball with 11 to shoot. Richardson finds Ben Fatz, and the Saints get in position. Fired down low to the cutting Richardson. Outside Nunnally, in and out on the 3. Casper tips the rebound, keeps it alive to Davis, and Connor Casper was left all alone underneath the basket. Casper's got 6 points. He set that one up with the tip on the rebound and then put himself in perfect position to receive the pass and score. Nearly a takeaway for St. Francis. Ben Fatz knocked the ball loose, but he touched it last before it went out of bounds. 22 on the shot clock for Governor State. Isom slows things down. Passes to Tolbert. Tolbert drives on Richardson. Pull up from the top. Step back. Long 2 is good. And that ties the score at 35. He had his foot on the line. So it is a 2-point shot. Now St. Francis can take the final possession of the first half if they want it. Seems like they want to draw something up. Timeout called by Ryan Marks. But those other two, anybody can beat you on any given day, but the other two figure to be real tough challenges. Inbounded into the backcourt for Richardson. Today's been a real tough challenge, 35-35. St. Francis trying to score before halftime. Ramel Davis in the post with 5 seconds on the clock. Davis is fouled. Foul called on the floor with 3.5 showing on the clock. So that means he'll go to the line for 1 and 1. Second foul called on Isaiah Tolbert. Davis sets up at the line, 79% shooter. And knocks down the first. St. Francis back in front. We've been going back and forth throughout this first half. Very tight game so far. 4 points so far for Ramel Davis. He misses the second free throw. Rebound chased down by Tyrell Isom. Isom from half court at the buzzer. This is wide to the right. So that'll do it for the first half. Good first half. Just 20 minutes remaining to determine if they can pull this one off and win their 4th in a row. Starters on the floor for St. Francis. Starters on the floor for Governor State. Here we go. Aitor Anabararte at the top of the key for the Saints. Gives it up to Delshawn Sims on his left. Ramel Davis finds Merrick Small, high post. He tries to feed it inside to Aitor Anabararte, but Vincent Mays is there for the steal. Isom pull-up jumper, air ball. Here come the Saints, trying to extend their lead. Down the floor to Nunnally. Nunnally tiptoes along the baseline, finds a wide open shooter, and that's Delshawn Sims for 3. First points of the game for Delshawn Sims, who was 0 of 1 shooting in the first half. Here's Isaiah Tolbert picking up his dribble. He finds Vincent Mays. Vincent Davis drives on Anabadarte, pulls up, passes out. Step back three-point attempt is on the money from Javon Johnson. Javon Johnson pulls Governor State to within one. Third made three-pointer today for Governor State. St. Francis is at 4. Delshawn Sims to Merrick Small. Down low to Anabadarte, working against 3 defenders. Anabadarte blocked, gets it right back, and throws it away. Trying to save that one. Saves it right to Isaiah Tolbert. Tolbert right by Delshawn Sims and in. We've got our 8th lead change of the day. Anabadarte inbounds to Ramel Davis. Delshawn Sims will take it across half court. Sims looking down low. Fires instead to the top where it's intercepted by Johnson. Javon Johnson lays it in. Jumps right in front of Joffrey Nunnally, to whom that pass was intended. And turned it into a fast break layup. Nunnally outside. Fires inside the three-point arc. Ramel Davis loses it, and it's picked up by Vincent Mays. Turnovers dominated by Governor State here in the second half. Reverse layup misses from Isom, but Davis wrestles the rebound right out of the hands of Anabadarte and lays it in for 2. 5-point lead, Governor State. They're on an 8-0 run. Make that a 9-0 run for the Jaguars. I guess it's also true that they've scored the last 8 points. Vincent Davis knocks it out of bounds. Saints could use a bucket here. They've gone cold. They've turned it over a few times in recent possessions. Sims inbounds pass deflected and saved. Another steal for Governor State. Vincent Davis lays it in. The Jaguars are on an 11-0 run, and they've got their biggest lead of the game. Saints can't hold on to the ball right now. Sims to Anabadarte. Back outside, Delshawn Sims on the wing. And a whistle away from the ball. Foul called down low on Vincent Mays. St. Francis turned the ball over 6 times in the first half, leading to 10 Governor State points. Here in the second half, the Saints have already turned it over 5 times. Merrick Small bounces to Ramel Davis, blocked by Vincent Mays, and knocked out of bounds. We're going the other way. Quite a run by Governor State to start this second half. They've forced those 5 turnovers. They've scored 8 points off of those turnovers. Governor State right now +8 in turnovers, +16 points off. Foul called on the floor. It's an offensive foul on Vincent Davis, extending the arm on Aitor Anabadarte.
Governor State foul number 12, Vincent Davis. His second, team second half.
Second foul on Davis, second on Governor State. Another near steal from Governor State, and it turns into a foul. The initial near steal was not called. That was a clean swat at the ball. But as the ball went loose, Isaiah Tolbert was called for connecting with Aitor Anabadarte. That's his 3rd foul. St. Francis, though, having all kinds of problems with this Jaguars defense right now. Anabadarte over to Sims on the wing. Delshawn Sims finds Joffrey Nunnally. Here's Ramel Davis for 3. Off the rim, no good. And the rebound won by Governor State. Jaguars on the move, working quickly. Isom, layup, no. Loose ball, tipped outside. brought in by the Jaguars, and a foul called prior to the Javon Johnson shot. Foul on the floor. So Johnson does not get credit for the 2 points. It's the first foul on Nunnally. Aitor Anabadarte looks like he's bleeding on the other side of the floor. He collided with Vincent Mays. They both went for the rebound moments ago. So a little bit of blood on the floor as well. We're going to take a little time to get that cleaned up. And again, Anabadarte has exited the game for now. Looked like maybe a bloody nose for him. So Connor Casper is in for the Fighting Saints, who have gone 4 minutes now without a point. Governor State's on an 11-0 run. Shot is short from Javon Johnson. Rebounded by Merrick Small. Small hands it off to Delshawn Sims. Sims, nice little hesitation. Gets inside. Back out to Davis. Joffrey Nunnally bounces to Merrick Small. Reverse layup. Merrick Small ends the Fighting Saints drought. Just shy of 4.5 minutes. Small's got 8 points, and the Saints pull back within 5. Isaiah Tolbert spins and kicks it to Mays. Elbow jumper is good. Vincent Mays has his second field goal today. Governor State's lead is back up to 7, matching their high. Saints have led by as many as 4. We've had 7 ties, 8 lead changes on the evening. Small throws it towards the rim and in. 4 in a row for Merrick Small. He's stepping up. Hasn't been a huge offensive contributor the last couple of weeks, but putting together a strong stat line today. Averages about 10 points per game for the season. And he's hit that number here. Joffrey Nunnally is called for his second foul.
St. Francis foul number 3, Joffrey Nunnally, his second.
14-10 remaining in the second half. And it looked for a while in that first half like St. Francis had reestablished themselves and they were ready to pull away. Jaguars haven't let it happen. And instead they've come back and reclaimed the lead. Although the inbounds pass here goes straight through the paws of Vincent Davis. He's able to track it down in the corner, but now he throws it away. Sean Richardson has the interception. Turnovers have been a huge advantage for Governor State today. But a costly mistake for them there could lead to some Fighting Saints points. Nunnally for 3, no. A rebound grabbed by Isom. So no points off of that turnover. Governor State gets it right back. Tolbert working against Richardson inside, up high and in. Over the outstretched hand of Sean Richardson. The lead is back to 7 for the Jaguars. Ben Fatz outside to Richardson. He feeds Fatz once again. Fatz takes a step in the paint over to Ramel Davis, and Davis knocks it down.
Ramel Davis.
Davis has 6. Those are his first points of the second half. 5-point game, just over 13 minutes to play. Johnson fires to the right side. It's Tolbert. Tolbert working against Richardson. Posts up, kicks out to Vincent Mays. Mays steps towards the basket. He's fouled by Ben Fatz.
St. Francis foul number 14, Ben Fatz.
Free throws coming up for Vincent Mays. 64% from the line this year. This is probably what Governor State does best. Get themselves to the free throw line. That's what stands out more than anything else on their stat sheet. An enormous disparity in free throws attempted this year compared to their opponents. Mays misses the first. And that is an issue. They don't shoot them at a terribly high percentage. Today, though, they've gotten to the line as often as always. They've generally been very good. They're 11 of 13 from the line. So They've doubled up St. Francis's attempts and more than doubled up their makes. They're now 12 of 14. Saints are 5 of 7. Mays checks out. Kevin Vance comes back in. Don Joachim and Nick Nigo are on the floor for the Fighting Saints. Trail by 6. Richardson sets it up. Over to Nigo on the wing, near the sideline. Nigo bounces down low to Connor Casper. Richardson fakes left, drives right. Nice pull up in the lane. He knocks it down. Beautiful move. Let Isaiah Tolbert blow right by him. He pulls St. Francis back to within 4. First points of the game for Sean Richardson. Bounced into the post. Connor Casper knocks it away, but he's called for a foul in the process. It's been a nice game so far for Connor Casper, who might get a little extended playing time today with Aitor Anabarate out. He departed just a few minutes ago. Vance gives it to Johnson. Javon Johnson misses the jumper. Ben Fatz pulls down the rebound. Saints can pull back to within 1 possession here. Don Joachim floats it up and misses. The rebound goes to Governor State. Vincent Davis picked up by Joachim. Contact and a foul on the floor against the defense. Anabarate is back on the bench for St. Francis. Looks to be okay. He's okay enough to charge right back into the game. Casper's given the Saints some good minutes off the bench, but he'll sit back down here. Saints need their top scorer on the floor as they try to overcome this deficit. Vance puts it on the floor. Vance creates some space inside, misses, fight for the loose ball, and it's finally won by Ben Fatz. Aitor Anabarate receives the pass on the other side, streaks to the basket. Tough positioning, but he's able to set himself up for the reverse layup. Aitor Anabarate left the game because of a collision that led to a bloody nose. And he has shown no fear since coming back in of getting that nose hit again. 2 possessions he's been out there. He's gone straight into the thick of things. Both possessions. Missed jumper from Johnson. St. Francis comes down with the rebound, down by only 2. Joachim loses the ball, and Davis is alone on the other side to make it a 4-point game. Davis had fallen at the end of that last play battling for the rebound, and so he never had a chance to get back on defense. After Governor State was able to take the ball back, he was already right there in position, and easy too. Richardson lobs for Anabarate. Anabarate 1 dribble, up in the paint, and he's fouled. I've talked a lot about Governor State's ability to get to the free throw line. Aitor Anabarate himself, very good at getting to the free throw line. Only 1 Jaguars player has taken more free throws than he has this year. That's Vincent Davis, who had attempted 164 coming into today. Anabarate had taken 154. Although Anabarate had made 28 more foul shots this season than Davis had. 13 points as he makes the first. This to make it a 2-point game. (53-51). Governor State has the ball ahead by 2. Almost halfway through this second half. Anabarate knocks the ball loose from Vincent Davis, but a foul is called on the St. Francis center. Saints had a 1-point lead at halftime. That lead quickly went away as Governor State went on an 11-0 run. St. Francis weathered that storm, but they still have not been able to take the lead back. Their last lead was at 39-38, but they're going to have to wait a while longer to get it back, if indeed they do, as Isaiah Tolbert knocks down a three-pointer. He's in double figures. Governor State extends their lead once again to 5. Ben Fatz to Aitor Anabararte. Lob down low, Fatz going one-on-one with Vance. Tough to get positioning. He's able to get it up and score, though, and get the foul as well. Tough points for Ben Fatz underneath the basket. Vance was positioned well on defense. Fatz was struggling to break free. Vincent Davis and Javon Johnson both have 12 points. Isaiah Tolbert has 11. Ben Fatz is at the free throw line. He just converted a shot prior to the timeout, so this would make it a three-point play if he is able to hit it, and he is. First 3 points of the game for Ben Fatz. It's a 2-point lead for Governor State. They hit a three-pointer the last time they had the ball. Saints got those 3, we're right back. Fired down low, Vincent Mays. Mays fights it up and in. Bullet pass from Isaiah Tolbert, set it up. Back to a 4-point game. Governor State scoring pretty efficiently in this second half. St. Francis hasn't been able to find too many stops of late. Ben Fatz is fouled on the floor. He tried to get it off to Aitor Anabararte, who was open under the basket, but he's fouled before that. So both teams have hit their foul limit. We'll get free throws the rest of the way. That's the 6th on the Jaguars. Inbounded to Anabararte, and Sean Richardson gets himself an assist. Anabarte's got 16. That's right at his season average. Vincent Mays looking inside, hands it off instead to Javon Johnson. Tolbert, he's been making things happen of late, gets around Sean Richardson, jump shot is good. He continues to make things happen. Isaiah Tolbert's having a really good second half. 9 points since halftime. 13 for the game. Nick Nego gives it to Ben Fatz, who's looking for Nego on the cut. Didn't have him that time. Fatz backs in, spins around Mays, kicks it into the corner. Open 3, Nick Nego makes it a 1-point game. That's kicked by Aitor Anabararte. We'll reset the shot clock to 20. Still Governor State ball. Up by 1. Jaguars have led for the last 10 minutes or so of game time. Merrick Small comes back in for the Saints. Davis up top to Smith. Rashad Smith had 8 points in 11 first half minutes. This is the first time we're seeing him in the second half. Tolbert with 6 on the shot clock, works around Richardson and lays it in. Isaiah Tolbert, very impressive of late for Governor State. He's carrying them through this second half. Tolbert averages 10.5 points per game. He's got 15 today. Anabararte lobs for Richardson. Richardson drives, layup blocked by Mays. Merrick Small is right there to grab it for St. Francis, and he's fouled by Vincent Davis. So Merrick Small will head to the free throw line. 1-1 coming up, 7:22 to play in the second half. 3-point lead, Governor State. Front end for Merrick Small is no good. So a lost possession for St. Francis. Governor State has the ball and the lead. Rashad Smith slows it down. Mays gives it right back to Smith. And a foul called on Vincent Mays. Or is it called on Ramel Davis? Yeah, it's on Davis. Trying to fight through that Mays screen. So free throws coming up for Vincent Mays, or at least one. If he makes it, he'll get a second. Mays misses his first as well. So both teams end up missing the front end of their one-and-ones. Score is right where it was, 62-59, a kicking violation. Let's St. Francis reset from the baseline here. Governor State pushes up their defense. Anabadarte will inbound. Nigo back to Anabadarte. Nigo gets it across half court. Sean Richardson bounces to the cutting Ramel Davis, who lays it in. Pass a little bit out in front of him. Davis was able to control it. Not an easy play for Ramel Davis. He's got 8 points now. It's a 1-point game. Pull up for Tolbert, and a rare miss in this second half for Tolbert. Rare miss for the Jaguars. They had been 12 of 19 shooting this half. Merrick Small is held inside, and Small will go back to the free throw line.
Governor State foul number 35, Vincent Mays. His second. Team's eighth.
Small missed his free throw a minute ago. Another chance now. He's a 71% shooter for the year. Again, it's a 1-and-1. He could give St. Francis the lead. 62-62. We're tied for the first time this half. St. Francis's last lead was 39-38 early in the second. And now they've got that lead back. Our 9th lead change of the game. Knocked loose. Javon Johnson keeps the play alive. Mays hands it off. This is Tolbert. Tolbert's been their go-to guy lately. This time he flings it inside to Smith. Rashad Smith finishes the play off a nice feed from Tolbert. He's the 4th man in double figures for Governor State. Ramel Davis, full head of steam, gives it up to Merrick Small, and Small is blocked. Governor State, one of the best shot blocking teams in the country. Over Anabadarte on the other end, but Johnson gets the rim, does not score. St. Francis has the ball down by 1. Sean Richardson nearly traveled, and he did travel.
Traveling violation.
1-point lead, Governor State. Richardson leaves. Delshawn Sims is back in. All 5 starters now on the floor for St. Francis. Isaiah Tolbert hands it off to Javon Jackson. Jackson drives right down the lane, stripped and stolen. Anabadarte leading the charge. Anabadarte fouled prior to the shots. So he'll go to the free throw line, but the basket does not count. And so he'll have to make these shots to give St. Francis the lead. 9th foul on Governor State, so another 1-and-1 for the Fighting Saints. First shot is good. We're knotted up 64 all. Once again, St. Francis and Governor State coming down to the closing minutes. Saints lead 65-64, 5:10 on the clock. Back and forth late in this game. Saints trailed by as many as 7 points. Johnson steps inside the three-point line, tries to give it up to Mays, but it's picked off by Anabadarte. Saints on the run, beautiful pass. Delshawn Sims to Merrick Small. 3-point lead St. Francis, and a timeout called with 4:44 remaining. We've been tied today 9 times. We've had 11 lead changes. Governor State has the ball down by 3. Down low, it's Tolbert. Isaiah Tolbert's been quiet lately after a huge start to the second half, and he's fouled. Saints wanted a clean steal. It's not the way the call went. And so Isaiah Tolbert's going to the line for 1 and 1. Another timeout, 67-64. Isaiah Tolbert at the line. 67% foul shooter. Tolbert has 11 points in this second half, 15 points in the game. He's been the best offensive player today for Governor State. We'll see if he can do it again here. He makes the first. That'll give him 1 more. That was the 8th foul on St. Francis, so potentially still 1 more trip to the line for the Jaguars in which they would not be guaranteed 2 shots. They make 1 of 2 here. 67-65. Remember, the Saints haven't led by more than 4 all game. They can do that here with a 3-pointer. Delshawn Sims is fouled. Isaiah Tolbert extended his defense a little bit too far. That's 4 on Tolbert. Delshawn Sims to the line. Sims has 3 points today for the Fighting Saints. First free throws. He misses the first. Significantly, that was foul number 10 on Governor State. So even though he missed the first, he will get 1 more shot. He makes that one. So the lead is 3. 4 points for Sims. Ben Fatz comes in for Merrick Small. 4:12, still a lot of time left in this game. It has slowed down, though. A lot of fouls these last few minutes. Lob down low for Mays. Mays is able to make the catch over Ben Fatz, score, and get the foul. Chance for Vincent Mays to tie the game from the line. 3 fouls on Ben Fatz. And Mays will try to tie the score. .68 all, 3:59 to play. Nunnally to Anabadarte. Delshawn Sims on the wing. Sims gets the screen, pulls up, passes to the open shooter. Nunnally airballs the 3-point attempt. Fatz tries to save it, but he deflected it onto the baseline. So it is Governor State ball with a chance to reclaim the lead. We are tied for the 10th time tonight. Biggest lead has been 7. That was Governor State. Tolbert, little runner in the lane, no good. And Ramel Davis grabs the rebound for St. Francis. Saints get the stop they needed. Now a chance for them to take the lead back. High post, it's Fatz, out to Davis. Ramel Davis surveys the scene, finds Fatz again. Here's Anna Bedarte in the post. Shot clock under 10. Anna Bedarte is fouled on the floor.
Governor State foul number 33, Rashad Smith, his second.
Second foul on Rashad Smith. Saints are in the double bonus. Both teams are now. Anna Bedarte's got a game-high 18 points. He can extend that to 20 here. Halfway there. St. Francis back on top, 69-68. Both teams have 2 timeouts remaining. Anna Bedarte hits 2 of 2, 70-68 lead. Tyrell Isom takes it up the floor for Governor State. Vincent Davis on the wing. Hands it off to Tolbert. Tolbert along the baseline, fires outside for Smith. A little bit of a wild pass. Smith is able to track it down. Now he steps into a three-pointer. It's on the money. Rashad Smith has been a sharp shooter all game. 13 points for him. Governor State back in the lead. Delshawn Sims walks it up to the wing. Up to Ben Fatz. Handoff Sims. Joffrey Nunnally steps inside the three-point arc. 6 to shoot. And a foul called on Rashad Smith. Aitor Anna Bedarte was working hard down low to try to get himself in position to make a catch. Nobody could get him the ball, in part because Smith was draped on his back. And by the end of the play, he was hanging off the shoulders of Aitor Anna Bedarte. So a foul off the ball gives 2 more free throws to one of the Saints' best free throw shooters. Anna Bedarte ties the score at 71. Second shot coming up. He's got 22. St. Francis has the lead. Coming up to the final 2 minutes of regulation. 72-71, St. Francis. Tolbert spins towards the paint, high off the glass, and he gets the roll. Beautiful shot from Isaiah Tolbert. He and Aitor Anna Bedarte going back and forth now, leading their respective teams. Governor State is in front. Delshawn Sims looking down low, finds Anna Bedarte, working again against Smith. Backing in, Isom comes over to help. Anna Bedarte shakes free of him and puts it down. Beautiful post moves from Aitor Anna Bedarte. The lead changes hands yet again, 74-73, 75 seconds to go. Davis steps up to Ben Fatz. In the post, turns around, leaner towards the basket, comes up short. Rebound St. Francis, under a minute to play. Delshawn Sims across half court. Fires into the corner. Nunnally didn't catch it cleanly, but he had an open look. Doesn't get the bounce, and Ben Fatz is called for going over the back. We'll get free throws on the other end.
St. Francis foul.
Joffrey Nunnally was wide open in the corner. And Delshawn Sims tried to get him the ball. The pass came in a little bit low. And so Nunnally was not able to make a clean grab of it. He still was open enough to take the shot, but wasn't quite in rhythm as he took it. And now on the other end of the floor, Aitor Anna Bedarte is getting himself cleaned up again. He's got another bloody nose. And to leave the game earlier because of a bloody nose, missed about 5 minutes earlier this half. He has been so good since returning to the floor. St. Francis absolutely cannot afford not to have him for the final 50 seconds. 2 free throws here for Rashad Smith with a chance to reclaim the lead for Governor State. Smith makes the first. Excellent shooter. He's exhibited that all night, all over the floor. 14 points, hasn't played huge minutes, but he has had a huge impact when he's been out there. Governor State back in front, 75-74. 50.6 showing on the clock as St. Francis inbounds the basketball. Delshawn Sims across half court. Fires over to Joffrey Nunnally. Nunnally bounces to the high post. Aitor Anabadarte. Anabadarte working against Davis. Backing in. Help defense comes. Anabadarte against a triple team. Gets fouled. Well, if you're the Jaguars, you know where the ball's going right now. They have fed Aitor Anabadarte every possession down the stretch. And as he often does, he's done a great job of getting himself to the free throw line. 2 shots. First one for the tie is good. We got another one for the lead. 29.7 on the clock. Don Joachim and Ben Fapps both come back in for St. Francis to provide a little extra defense in place of Delshawn Sims and Merrick Small. St. Francis hoping they have the lead when they go back on defense, but at the worst, they'll have a tie score. It is a lead, 76-75. Anabadarte's got 26. No shot clock for Governor State. They trail by 1. Set up on the outside, it's Tolbert. Tolbert gives it up to Davis on the drive, finds Vincent Mays. Mays is blocked from behind by Ramel Davis. Governor State basketball, 11.8 on the clock. Big defensive play from the senior Davis. No fouls on that one. The Jaguars will try it again, 76-75. Inbounded to Mays. Mays gives it to Smith. Smith drives, gets inside, he's blocked and fouled. Foul called on Aitor Anabadarte with 5.3 on the clock. Rashad Smith was determined to take that shot. Out of control on his way to the basket. It looked almost like he was just hoping to get the whistle. He got it. And now the best foul shooter on the team has 2 chances to give his team the lead with 5.3 showing. Timeout called before the free throws. And Smith made a play getting himself to the free throw line. $15 points tonight for Smith. He is 2 for 2 from the free throw stripe. And he makes this one. We're tied at 76. Saints do still have one more timeout. If Smith hits this shot and gives his team the lead, they can stop the game again and draw something up for their final possession. Smith trying to give Governor State the advantage on this second free throw. He does it, 77-76. Our 18th lead change. Saints have 5.3 seconds to get a shot. Anabadarte is the inbounder. Gets it to Joffrey Nunnally. Nunnally races down the floor, knocked out of his hands, out of bounds. 1.7 showing. The Saints will get one more inbounds play. And this time they do call a timeout to draw something up. Anabadarte and Fats in the game. Ramel Davis is the inbounder. St. Francis has 1.7 seconds remaining. Davis trying to get into Anabadarte. He makes the lob, turn around, no good, off the rim. And Aitor Anabadarte just misses, giving St. Francis the win. Instead, it's Governor State, 77-76 over the Fighting Saints. A big upset in the CCAC. Governor State came in with a 6-10 conference mark, and they're able to knock off the first place team by 1. Just the 4th loss for St. Francis this year.